Have you ever said, "What?" when someone spoke to you and suddenly the conversation felt awkward? Most English learners use this word when they do not hear something clearly. But in real conversations, it can sound rude or abrupt, even when that is not your intention. Native speakers rarely respond this way in polite conversations. Instead, they use smoother and more respectful phrases that keep the conversation comfortable. In this video, you will learn simple upgrades that instantly make your English sound more natural and confident. Many learners focus on vocabulary and grammar, but small conversational habits also shape how confident your English sounds. One of those habits is how you respond when you did not hear something properly. If you always say, "What?" people may feel that the tone is a bit harsh. The good news is that fixing this habit is simple once you learn better alternatives. Today I will show you 3 practical upgrades that will make your responses sound polite, professional, and natural in everyday conversations. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to say the next time you miss something in a conversation. The small habit that changes how your English sounds. Think about a normal conversation with a colleague, a teacher, or even a friend. Someone says something, but you do not catch the sentence clearly. Maybe the environment is noisy or they spoke a little fast. Your immediate reaction might be to respond with a quick, "What?" Although the intention is simply to ask them to repeat themselves, this response can sound abrupt in English conversations. The word itself is not wrong, but the way it appears in a conversation can feel sharp. In many situations, it gives the impression that you are irritated or not fully engaged in the discussion. Native speakers usually avoid responding this way in everyday conversations. Instead, they choose phrases that keep the interaction polite and comfortable. These phrases show that you are listening carefully and that you simply need clarification. Good communication in English is not only about knowing vocabulary or grammar. It is also about understanding how small expressions affect the tone of your conversation. A simple upgrade in the way you ask someone to repeat something can immediately make your English sound more professional and respectful. When learners start replacing direct responses with smoother expressions, their conversations begin to flow more naturally. People feel more comfortable speaking with them, and the learner appears more confident and socially aware in English interactions. Upgrade 1. A polite way to ask someone to repeat. The first and most useful upgrade you can start using is the phrase, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" This sentence sounds polite, calm, and respectful in almost every situation. Instead of giving a sharp reaction, it clearly shows that you are listening and simply need the sentence again. Imagine you are in a meeting, a classroom, or even speaking with a stranger. Someone explains something, but the last part of the sentence was not clear. Instead of responding with, "What?" you say, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" This immediately keeps the conversation smooth and professional. This phrase works well because it has 2 important elements. The word, "sorry," softens the tone of the request, and "could you repeat that?" clearly explains what you need. The other person understands that you are paying attention and just missed a small part of the message. You can use this phrase in many everyday situations. For example, when someone gives directions, when a colleague explains a task, or when a friend tells a story and the sound was unclear. It fits both formal and casual conversations, which makes it one of the safest responses to use. Another advantage of this phrase is that it builds a confident speaking habit. Instead of reacting quickly with a single word, you respond with a complete sentence. This makes your English sound more thoughtful and controlled during conversations. When learners start using this simple upgrade, their communication immediately feels more natural. People around them respond more positively because the conversation remains polite, clear, and respectful. Upgrade 2 and 3. Speak more naturally in conversations. The second upgrade you can start using is the phrase, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." This expression is extremely common in everyday English conversations. It sounds friendly, natural, and respectful, which makes it perfect for casual interactions with friends, colleagues, or even strangers. Imagine you are having a conversation in a busy place where there is background noise. A friend says something but the last few words are not clear. Instead of reacting with a quick, "What?" you respond calmly by saying, "Sorry, I didn't catch that." This response immediately shows that you were paying attention, but the message was not completely clear. This phrase works very well because it explains the situation without sounding impatient. You are not interrupting the speaker in a harsh way. Instead, you are letting them know that the conversation matters to you and you want to understand what they said. Another advantage of this phrase is that it sounds very natural in spoken English. Native speakers use it frequently in daily conversations, especially when communication becomes unclear due to noise, fast speech, or distractions around them. Now let us look at the third upgrade, which is, "Could you say that again, please?" This phrase is slightly more formal and polite, which makes it very useful in professional situations such as workplaces, meetings, classrooms, or interviews. For example, imagine your manager explains a task during a meeting but one detail was not clear. Instead of giving a short response, you say, "Could you say that again, please?" This shows that you respect the speaker and that you want to understand the information correctly. This phrase also gives your English a confident and professional tone. When you ask for clarification in a complete sentence, people see that you are thoughtful and serious about the conversation. When learners start using these upgraded responses, their communication style improves immediately. Conversations feel smoother, people respond more positively, and the speaker appears more confident while interacting in English. Turning these phrases into a confident speaking habit. Now the most important step is not only learning these phrases but actually using them in real conversations. Many learners understand polite expressions, but when the moment comes, they still respond with the habit they are used to. Real improvement begins when you consciously replace that habit with better responses. The next time someone says something and you miss a part of it, pause for a second instead of reacting instantly. Choose one of the polite phrases you learned. You can say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that," or, "Sorry, could you repeat that?" This small pause helps you respond more thoughtfully and keeps the conversation smooth. Different situations may require slightly different responses. In casual conversations with friends or classmates, "Sorry, I didn't catch that," sounds very natural and relaxed. In professional settings such as meetings, presentations, or interviews, "Could you say that again, please?" gives your English a more respectful and professional tone. Pay attention to how these phrases change the feeling of the conversation. Instead of sounding abrupt, your response shows that you are listening carefully and that you value what the other person is saying. This simple adjustment makes people more comfortable speaking with you. Another powerful way to build confidence is practicing these sentences out loud. Say them a few times during the day, as if you are in a real conversation. When you practice speaking the phrases clearly, they become automatic and easier to use when a real situation appears. You can even create small practice scenarios. Imagine someone giving directions, explaining instructions, or telling a story. Picture yourself responding with one of these polite phrases. This kind of mental practice helps your brain prepare for real conversations. Over time, these upgraded responses will become a natural part of your speaking style. Instead of reacting with a single word, you will respond with clear and polite sentences that sound confident and natural. Strong communication in English is often built on small habits like this. A simple change in the way you ask someone to repeat something can make your conversations sound more respectful, more professional, and far more confident. Small changes in the way you speak can make a big difference in how confident your English sounds. Replacing a simple, "what?" with polite and natural phrases instantly improves the way people experience your communication. The next time you miss something in a conversation, remember these upgrades. You can say, "Sorry, I didn't catch that. Sorry, could you repeat that?" Or, "Could you say that again, please?" These simple responses keep your conversations respectful, smooth, and natural. When you start using better expressions in small moments like this, your overall speaking style becomes more confident and professional. This is how real progress in spoken English happens. Keep practicing these phrases in your daily conversations, and you will notice how quickly your communication improves. Like this video if it helped you improve your English speaking. Subscribe to the channel for more practical lessons that build real confidence. Share this video with a friend who is learning English. Comment below and tell me which phrase you will start using first. Turn on the bell icon so you never miss the next English lesson. Thank you for watching and taking one more step towards confident English.